London. London, the capital and largest city of England and the United Kingdom, has a population of 8,866,180 in 2022. The city's ancient core, the City of London, was founded by the Romans as Londinium and has retained its medieval boundaries. The City of Westminster, to the west of the City of London, has been the national government and parliament for centuries. London has a strong influence on various fields, including art, entertainment, fashion, commerce, finance, education, healthcare, media, science, technology, tourism, transport, and communications. Despite a post-Brexit exodus from the London Stock Exchange, London remains Europe's most economically powerful city and major financial center. London hosts Europe's largest concentration of higher education institutions, including Imperial College London, the London School of Economics, and University College London. It is the most visited city in Europe and has the world's busiest city airport system. The London Underground is the world's oldest rapid transit system. London has 4 World Heritage Sites, including Kew Gardens, the Tower of London, the Palace of Westminster, and the historic Greenwich Settlement. The city has the most museums, art galleries, libraries, and cultural venues in the UK, and hosts important sporting events such as the FA Cup Final, Wimbledon Tennis Championships, and the London Marathon. Toponymy. London is an ancient name, attested in the 1st century AD, usually in the Latinized form Londinium. Modern scientific analyses of the name must account for the origins of the different forms found in early sources. Latin, usually Londinium, Old English, usually London, and Welsh, usually Lundian, with reference to the known developments over time of sounds in those different languages. It is agreed that the name came into these languages from Common Brythonic. Recent work tends to reconstruct the lost Celtic form of the name as Londonjon or something similar. This was then adapted into Latin as Londinium and borrowed into Old English. Until 1889, the name London applied officially only to the City of London, but since then it has also referred to the County of London and to Greater London. History. The history of London dates back to the Bronze Age, with the first major settlement founded by the Romans around 47 AD. The Roman city of Londinium, which had a population of about 60,000, was eventually abandoned by the Iceni tribe in 61 AD. An Anglo-Saxon settlement called Londonwic developed west of the old Roman city, and by 680, it had become a major port again. The Vikings applied Danelaw over much of eastern and northern England, with its boundary running roughly from London to Chester. Alfred the Great refounded London in 886, involving the abandonment of Londonwic and a revival of life and trade within the old Roman walls. London grew slowly until a dramatic increase in about 950. By the 11th century, London was the largest town in England, with Westminster Abbey, rebuilt in Romanesque style by King Edward the Confessor, being one of the grandest churches in Europe. London became the main forum for foreign traders and the base for defense in times of war, developing the dignity and political self-consciousness appropriate to a national capital. In the Middle Ages, William, Duke of Normandy, was crowned King of England in Westminster Abbey in 1066. He built the Tower of London to intimidate the inhabitants and later built Westminster Hall, which became the basis of the new Palace of Westminster. In the 12th century, central government institutions grew in size and sophistication, with the royal treasury resting in the tower. The city of Westminster, England's largest city and principal commercial centre, flourished under its own unique administration, the Corporation of London. However, the Black Death in the mid-14th century led to a loss of nearly a third of its population. London was a centre of England's Jewish population before Edward I's expulsion in 1290. During the Tudor period, the Reformation led to a shift to Protestantism in London, accelerating trade and business. The Hanseatic League established the Stahlhof or Steelyard as the main trading base of England in 1475, which remained until 1853 when it was sold to South Eastern Railway. Woolen cloth was shipped to the Low Countries. English maritime enterprise hardly reached beyond the seas of northwest Europe, with the commercial route to Italy and the Mediterranean typically through Antwerp and over the Alps. The reopening of the Netherlands to English shipping in January 1565 spurred a burst of commercial activity, leading to the establishment of the Royal Exchange. Mercantilism grew, and monopoly traders like the East India Company were founded as trade expanded to the New World. London became the main North Sea port, with migrants arriving from England and abroad. The 16th century saw William Shakespeare and his contemporaries live in London during English Renaissance theatre, with Shakespeare's Globe Theatre being constructed in 1599 in Southwark. However, the ban on theatre was lifted during the Restoration in 1660, and London's oldest operating theatre, Drury Lane, opened in 1663. By the end of the Tudor period, London was still compact, with an assassination attempt on James I in Westminster in 1605. In 1637, the government attempted to reform administration in London, leading to the corporation's Great Refusal, which continues to account for the unique governmental status of the city. In the 18th century, London's development as an international financial centre matured, with Buckingham House acquired in 1762 and the Bow Street Runners established in 1750. The Royal Navy became the world's leading war fleet, and the Corn Laws repealed in 1846, overtaking Amsterdam as the leading international financial center. The Industrial Revolution in Britain led to an unprecedented growth in urbanization, with London becoming the world's largest city from 1831 to 1925. The city experienced cholera epidemics and traffic congestion, leading to the creation of the London Underground. The Metropolitan Board of Works oversaw infrastructure expansion in the capital and surrounding counties, but was abolished in 1889 when the London County Council was created. Tea shops were introduced on high streets across London and the rest of Britain, and they became popular meeting places for women from the suffrage movement. London was bombed by the Germans in the First World War and the Blitz during the Second World War, destroying historic landmarks. The tomb of the unknown warrior was buried in Westminster Abbey on November 11, 1920, and the cenotaph in Whitehall is the focal point for the National Service of Remembrance held annually on Remembrance Sunday. London became a centre for worldwide youth culture, with the swinging London subculture associated with King's Road, Chelsea, and Carnaby Street. The city became a centre for trendsetters in the punk era. In 1965, London's political boundaries were expanded, and a new Greater London Council was created. Greater London's population declined after the Second World War, with the principal ports moving downstream to Felixstowe and Tilbury. The Thames Barrier was completed in the 1980s to protect London against tidal surges from the North Sea. The Greater London Council was abolished in 1986, leaving London with no central administration until 2000 and the creation of the Greater London Authority. In 2008, Time named London as Nylon Kong, alongside New York City and Hong Kong, as the world's three most influential global cities. In 2015, Greater London's population was estimated to be 8.63 million, its highest since 1939. Administration. London's administration is divided into two tiers, citywide and local. The Greater London Authority, GLA, coordinates citywide administration, while local administration is carried out by 33 smaller authorities. The GLA is composed of the Mayor of London and the London Assembly, which scrutinizes the mayor's decisions and can accept or reject budget proposals. The GLA oversees London's transport system, police and fire services, and sets a strategic vision for the city. The mayor's statutory planning strategy is published as the London Plan. Local authorities are the councils of the 32 London boroughs and the City of London Corporation, responsible for most local services, such as planning, schools, libraries, leisure and recreation, social services, local roads, and refuse collection. Waste management is provided through joint arrangements. The London Fire Brigade is the statutory fire and rescue service for Greater London, run by the London Fire and Emergency Planning Authority. The London Ambulance Service, LOS, NHS Trust provides National Health Service ambulance services, and the London Air Ambulance Charity operates in conjunction with the LOS. The Port of London Authority operates on the River Thames. The Metropolitan Police, the Met, provides policing in Greater London, with the exception of the City of London. The Met, also known as Scotland Yard, is overseen by the Mayor's Office for Policing and Crime, MOPAC. The City of London has its own police force, the City of London Police. The custodian helmet, introduced in 1929, is a cultural icon and symbol of British law enforcement. The British Transport Police handle services on National Rail, London Underground, Docklands Light Railway, and Tramlink. The Ministry of Defence Police is a special police force in London. The UK's Domestic Counterintelligence Service, MI5, and Foreign Intelligence Service, MI6, are headquartered in Thames House and SIS Building. Crime rates in London vary across different areas, with a 25.5% increase in homicides in 2015 and 50 murders from 2018 to mid-April. However, homicide figures fell in 2022, and the murder rate is lower than other major cities worldwide. Geography. London, also known as Greater London, is one of 9 regions in England and covers most of the city's metropolis. The Corporation of London resisted attempts to amalgamate the city with its suburbs, resulting in various definitions of London. 40% of Greater London is covered by the London Post Town, while the London Telephone Area Code, 020, covers a larger area similar to Greater London. The Greater London boundary is aligned with the M25 motorway in some places. The Metropolitan Green Belt prevents further urban expansion, while the built-up area extends beyond the boundary. Greater London is divided into Inner and Outer London and the River Thames into North and South. London, the capital of the United Kingdom and England, is a region of England that includes the City of London and the City of Westminster. Greater London, which includes parts of Middlesex, Kent, Surrey, Essex, and Hertfordshire, has been defined as a region of England. The city has a population of 7,172,036 in 2001 and a density of 11,760 inhabitants per square mile. The London Metropolitan Region, which covers 3,236 square miles, has a population of 13,709,000 and a density of 3,900 inhabitants per square mile. London's primary geographical feature is the Thames, a navigable river that crosses the city from the southwest to the east. The Thames Valley, a floodplain surrounded by hills, has been extensively embanked since the Victorian era. London is vulnerable to flooding due to climate change and the slow tilting of the British Isles due to post-glacial rebound. London has a temperate oceanic climate, with rainfall records dating back to 1697. The city receives an average annual precipitation of about 600 millimeters, half that of New York City. Despite low annual precipitation, London receives 109.6 rainy days annually. London is vulnerable to climate change, with hydrological experts predicting households may run out of water before 2050. Temperature extremes range from 40.2 degrees Celsius at Heathrow to minus 17.4 degrees Celsius at Northolt. Atmospheric pressure records have been kept at London since 1692, with the highest recorded pressure of 1,049.8 millibars on January 20, 2020. Summers are generally warm, with an average July high of 23.5 degrees Celsius. London experiences 31 days above 25 degrees Celsius and 4.2 days above 30.0 degrees Celsius annually. Droughts can also be a problem, with the most consecutive days without rain being 73 in the spring of 1893. Winters are generally cool, with snow usually falling at least once each winter. Spring and autumn can be pleasant, but London has a considerable urban heat island effect, making the city's center 5 degrees Celsius 9 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than its suburbs and outskirts. London's urban area is divided into 32 boroughs, including the ancient City of London and the West End, which is the main entertainment and shopping district. The East End is known for its high immigrant population and poorness, and is home to the Tudor period Hampton Court Palace. The surrounding East London area has seen much of London's early industrial development, with brownfield sites being redeveloped as part of the Thames Gateway. Architecture in London is diverse, with many grand houses and public buildings constructed from Portland stone. Some areas are characterized by white stucco or whitewashed buildings. The architectural heritage includes 17th-century churches by Christopher Wren, neoclassical financial institutions like the Royal Exchange and the Bank of England, early 20th-century Old Bailey Courthouse, and the 1960s Barbican Estate. The density of London varies, with high employment density in the central area and Canary Wharf, high residential densities in inner London, and lower densities in outer London. The monument in the City of London provides views of the surrounding area while commemorating the Great Fire of London. Other notable modern buildings include the Scalpel, 20 Fenchurch Street, the former City Hall in Southwark, the Art Deco BBC Broadcasting House, the postmodernist British Library in Somers Town/King's Cross, and No. 1 Poultry by James Sterling. The BT Tower stands at 620 feet, 189 meters, and features a 360-degree colored LED screen near the top. The O2 Arena, formerly the Millennium Dome, was an entertainment venue by the Thames to the east of Canary Wharf. London is considered one of the world's greenest cities, with over 40% green space or open water. The city has over 2,000 flowering plant species, 120 fish species, over 60 bird nests, 47 butterfly species, 1173 moths, and over 270 spider species. London's wetland areas support important water bird populations. The city has 38 sites of special scientific interest, 2 national nature reserves, and 76 local nature reserves. Amphibians are common in London, while native reptiles are mostly found in outer London. There are 10,000 red foxes, 16 foxes for every square mile, and a wide variety of mammals in Greater London, such as hedgehogs, brown rat, mice, rabbits, shrews, voles, and grey squirrels. In outer London, such as Epping Forest, a variety of mammals are found, including European hare, badger, field, bank, and water vole, wood mouse, yellow-necked mouse, mole, shrew, weasel, red fox, grey squirrel, hedgehog, and otter. Red and fallow deer roam freely in Richmond and Bushy Park, with a cull taking place each November and February to sustain numbers. Epping Forest is also known for its fallow deer, with a rare population of melanistic black fallow deer at the Deer Sanctuary. Urban deer have started becoming a regular feature, with fallow deer coming into residential areas at night to take advantage of London's green spaces. Demography. London, the second most populous metropolitan area in Europe, has a population density of 13,410 inhabitants per square mile, 5,177 per square km, making it the 19th largest city and 18th largest metropolitan region. The city covers 610 square miles, 1,579 square kilometers, with a median age of 36.5 years, making it one of the youngest regions in the UK. In terms of tenure, 23.1% socially rent within London, 46.8% own their house outright or with a mortgage or loan, and 30% privately rent at the 2021 census. Many Londoners work from home, with 42.9% doing so at the census, while 20.6% drive a car to work. The largest decrease in method of transportation was seen among those who take the train and underground, declining from 22.6% in 2011 to 9.6% in 2021. London's median age is one of the youngest in the UK, with children younger than 14 constituting 20.6% of the population in outer London and 18% in inner London. The 5 largest single countries of origin were India, Romania, Poland, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. The 2021 census recorded that 40.6% of London's population were foreign-born, making it among the cities with the largest immigrant population in terms of absolute numbers. About 56.8% of children born in London in 2021 were born to a mother who was born abroad, a trend that has been increasing in the past 2 decades. Ethnic groups in London include white, Asian, black, mixed black, and other ethnic groups. As of 2021, the majority of school pupils come from ethnic minority backgrounds, with 23.9% being white British, 14% other white, 23.2% Asian, 17.9% black, 11.3% mixed, 6.3% other, and 2.3% unclassified. London's ethnic and religious diversity is diverse, with over 300 languages spoken and over 50 non-Indigenous communities with populations of over 10,000. At the 2021 census, 78.4% of Londoners spoke English as their first language, with Romanian, Spanish, Polish, Bengali, and Portuguese being the largest languages outside of English. Religion in London is predominantly Christian, with many churches, particularly in the City of London, serving as administrative centers. Anglican churches are prevalent, but attendance remains low within the denomination. Notable mosques include the East London Mosque in Tower Hamlets, the London Central Mosque, and the Baitul Futuh of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Large Hindu communities are found in the northwestern boroughs of Harrow and Brent, with 44 Hindu temples, including the BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Mandir, London. Sikh communities are also present in East and West London, particularly in Southall. The majority of British Jews live in London, with notable Jewish communities in North London. Accents in London include Cockney, an accent mainly spoken by working-class and lower-middle-class Londoners, and Estuary English, an intermediate accent between Cockney and received pronunciation. Multicultural London English, MLE, is a multi-ethnolect becoming increasingly common among young, working-class people from diverse backgrounds, blending Afro-Caribbean and South Asian accents with a significant Cockney influence. Received pronunciation, RP, is traditionally considered the standard for British English, mainly spoken by upper-class and upper-middle-class Londoners. Economy. London's gross regional product in 2019 was £503 billion, accounting for around a quarter of the UK GDP. The city has 5 major business districts: the City of London and Canary Wharf, with the city having the most office space. London's finance industry is based in the City of London and Canary Wharf, and it became the leading financial center after the collapse of the Dutch Republic in 1795. London's market-centered system grew more dominant in the 18th century, and its financial elite was strengthened by a strong Jewish community from all over Europe. By the mid-19th century, London was the leading financial center, and at the end of the century, over half the world's trade was financed in British currency. As of 2023, London ranks second in the world rankings on the Global Financial Centers Index, GFCI, and second in A.T. Kearney's 2018 Global Cities Index. London's largest industry is finance, and its financial exports make it a large contributor to the UK's balance of payments. Media and technology companies are concentrated in London, with the media distribution industry being London's second most competitive sector. The BBC, the world's oldest national broadcaster, is a significant employer, while other broadcasters, such as ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, and Sky, also have headquarters around the city. Many national newspapers, including The Times, are edited in London, and communications company WPP is the world's largest advertising agency. Tech companies are based in East London Tech City, also known as Silicon Roundabout. In 2014, the city was among the first to receive a GOTLD and was ranked as the European City of the Future in the 2014-15 list by FDI Intelligence. Tourism is one of London's prime industries, employing 700,000 full-time workers in 2016 and contributing £36 billion a year to the economy. The city accounts for 54% of all inbound visitor spending in the UK. Transport. Transport is a key area of policy for the Mayor of London, but it does not cover longer-distance rail networks. In 2007, the Mayor assumed responsibility for some local lines, which now form the London Overground Network. The public transport network is administered by Transport for London, TfL. The London Underground, trams, and buses were part of an integrated transport system in 1933 when the London Passenger Transport Board or London Transport was created. London is a major international air transport hub with 8 airports serving the city, catering primarily to general aviation flights. The most popular airports are Heathrow Airport, Gatwick Airport, London Stansted Airport, Luton Airport, London City Airport, and London Southend Airport. The London Underground, the oldest and third longest metro system in the world, serves 272 stations and has over 4 million journeys daily. An investment program aims to reduce congestion and improve reliability, including £6.5 billion spent before the 2012 Summer Olympics. The Docklands Light Railway, DLR, is a second, more local metro system using smaller tram-type vehicles that serve the Docklands, Greenwich, and Lewisham. The London travel card zones have 368 railway stations, with South London having a high concentration of railways due to its fewer underground lines. Most rail lines terminate around the centre of London, running into 18 terminal stations. London has Britain's busiest station by number of passengers, Waterloo, with over 184 million people using the interchange station complex each year. In May 2022, the Elizabeth Line opened, a new railway line running east to west through London and into the home counties with a branch to Heathrow Airport. London is the centre of the national rail network, with 70% of rail journeys starting or ending in the city. The East Coast Main Line and West Coast Main Line are the two main railway lines in Britain, with regional and intercity trains departing from several termini around the city centre. The Flying Scotsman Express passenger train service has operated between London and Edinburgh since 1862, and the Channel Tunnel opened in 1994 to connect London directly to the Continental Rail network, allowing Eurostar services to begin. High-speed trains link Street Pancras International with Lille, Calais, Paris, Disneyland Paris, Brussels, Amsterdam, and other European tourist destinations via the high-speed One Rail link and the Channel Tunnel. London's bus network runs 24 hours a day with about 9,300 vehicles, over 675 bus routes, and 19,000 stops. In 2019, the network had over 2 billion commuter trips per year, with an average of £1.2 billion taken in revenue each year. London has one of the largest wheelchair-accessible networks in the world and became more accessible to hearing and visually impaired passengers as audiovisual announcements were introduced. The red double-decker bus first appeared in 1947 with the AEC Regent 3 RT. Victoria Coach Station, opened in 1932, is London's coach hub and provides services across the UK and continental Europe. Tramlink, London's modern tram network, has 39 stops and 4 routes and carried 28 million people in 2013. Cycling has become an increasingly popular way to get around London, with around 670,000 people using a bike daily. The Port of London is now only the second largest in the United Kingdom, handling 45 million tons of cargo each year as of 2009. Thames Clippers offer commuter and tourist boat services at major piers, while the Woolwich Ferry links the North and South Circular Roads. Roads in central London are common, with the Inner Ring Road, North and South Circular Roads, and Outer Orbital Motorway, M25, encircling the city. Low-traffic neighbourhoods, LTN, were widely introduced in London but were stopped by the Department for Transport in 2023. Education. London is a major global centre of higher education teaching and research, with the largest concentration of top-class universities in Europe. The city has a large international student population of around 110,000, making it the global capital of higher education. The University of London, the Federal University System, is the largest contact teaching university in the UK, including 5 multi-faculty universities and several smaller and more specialised institutions. Outside the University of London system, there are Brunel University, Imperial College London, Kingston University, London Metropolitan University, University of East London, University of West London, University of Westminster, London South Bank University, Middlesex University, and University of the Arts London. Additionally, there are 3 international universities: Regent's University London, Richmond, the American International University in London, and Schiller International University. London is home to 5 major medical schools, including Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry, King's College London School of Medicine, Imperial College School of Medicine, UCL Medical School, and St George's, University of London. It is also a major centre for biomedical research, with 3 of the UK's 8 academic health science centres based in the city. Many biomedical and biotechnology spin-out companies from these research institutions are based around the city, most prominently in White City. The first nursing school is now part of King's College London, and the first nursing school was established at King's in 1952. London is also home to many specialist arts education institutions, including drama schools such as RADA, the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA, Drama Studio London, Sylvia Young Theatre School, the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama, and the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. Primary and secondary education in London is primarily controlled by the London boroughs or state-funded, with leading examples including Ashbourne College, Bethnal Green Academy, Brampton Manor Academy, City and Islington College, City of Westminster College, David Game College, Ealing, Hammersmith and West London College, Leighton Sixth Form College, London Academy of Excellence, Tower Hamlets College, and Newham Collegiate Sixth Form Centre. The Royal Observatory in Greenwich, founded in 1675, was established to address the problem of calculating longitude for navigational purposes. Important scientific learned societies based in London include the Royal Society and the Royal Institution. Since 1825, the Royal Institution Christmas lectures have presented scientific subjects to a general audience, featuring speakers such as physicist Michael Faraday, aerospace engineer Frank Whittle, naturalist David Attenborough, and evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins. Culture, leisure and entertainment are crucial aspects of the London economy, with a 2003 report indicating that a quarter of the UK leisure economy is attributed to London. The city is one of the 4 fashion capitals, the world's 3rd busiest film production centre, and has the largest theatre audience globally. The West End, located in the city of Westminster, features numerous cinemas, bars, clubs, and restaurants, including the Chinatown district. The West End Savoy Theatre, built in 1881, is the first public building in the world to be lit entirely by electricity. The Royal Ballet, English National Ballet, Royal Opera, and English National Opera are based in London and perform at various venues, including the Royal Opera House, the London Coliseum, Sadler's Wells Theatre, and the Royal Albert Hall. Islington's Upper Street has more bars and restaurants than any other street in the UK. Oxford Street, Europe's busiest shopping area, is home to numerous retailers and department stores, including Selfridges' flagship store. London is also home to designers John Galliano, Stella McCartney, Manolo Blahnik, and Jimmy Choo, and is one of the 4 international centers of fashion. London offers a variety of cuisine due to its ethnically diverse population, with Bangladeshi and Chinese restaurants offering a variety of cuisines. The first fish and chips shop in London was opened by Joseph Mallon in 1861. The full English breakfast dates back to the Victorian era, and many cafes serve it throughout the day. Annual events in London include the New Year's Day Parade, the Notting Hill Carnival, and the Boishakhi Mela, a Bengali New Year festival celebrated by the British Bangladeshi community. The RHS Chelsea Flower Show, first held in 1862, takes place in May every year. London has been a significant location for literature, film, and television since the late 14th century Canterbury Tales. Writers such as Samuel Pepys, Charles Dickens, and Virginia Woolf have all contributed to the city's literary landscape. The city has also been the setting for Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stories, Robert Louis Stevenson's Gothic novella, and H.G. Wells' sci-fi novel The War of the Worlds. Modern writers like Peter Ackroyd and Ian Sinclair have been influenced by the city. London has played a significant role in the film industry, with major studios like Pinewood, Elstree, Ealing, Shepperton, Twickenham, and Leavesden producing notable films. Notable actors and filmmakers from London include Charlie Chaplin, Alfred Hitchcock, Michael Caine, Julie Andrews, Peter Sellers, David Lean, Julie Christie, Gary Oldman, Emma Thompson, Guy Ritchie, Christopher Nolan, Alan Rickman, Jude Law, Helena Bonham Carter, Idris Elba, Tom Hardy, Daniel Radcliffe, Keira Knightley, Riz Ahmed, Dev Patel, Daniel Kaluuya, Tom Holland, and Daniel Day-Lewis. London is also a major center for television production, with studios like Television Centre, ITV Studios, Sky Campus, and Fountain Studios hosting original talent shows like Pop Idol, The X Factor, and Britain's Got Talent. Thames Television, once a franchise of ITV, featured comedians such as Benny Hill and Rowan Atkinson, while Talkback produced The Ali G Show featuring Sacha Baron Cohen as Ali G. Many television shows have been set in London, including the popular soap opera EastEnders. Museums, art galleries, and libraries in London are major tourist attractions and play a research role. The British Museum in Bloomsbury, founded in 1753, houses 7 million artifacts from around the globe. The National Gallery, founded in 1824, houses the British National Collection of Western Paintings and is now a prominent location in Trafalgar Square. The British Library is the second largest library in the world and the National Library of the United Kingdom. South Kensington, developed as Albertopolis in the latter half of the 19th century, features three major national museums: the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Natural History Museum, and the Science Museum. The National Portrait Gallery, founded in 1856, houses the world's most extensive collection of portraits. The Tate Gallery, originally an annex of the National Gallery, became a major center for modern art and moved to Tate Modern in 2000. London is a major music capital, home to major corporations like Universal Music Group International and Warner Music Group, as well as numerous bands, musicians, and industry professionals. The city boasts numerous orchestras and concert halls, including the Barbican Arts Centre, Southbank Centre, Cadogan Hall, and Royal Albert Hall. The Proms, an 8-week summer season of daily orchestral classical music, ends with the last night of the Proms. London's main opera houses are the Royal Opera House and the London Coliseum, and the UK's largest pipe organ is at the Royal Albert Hall. Other significant instruments are found in cathedrals and major churches, such as St. Clement Danes church bells. Several conservatoires, including the Royal Academy of Music, Royal College of Music, Guildhall School of Music and Drama, and Trinity Laban, are located within the city. The city has numerous venues for rock and pop concerts, including the world's busiest indoor venue, the O2 Arena and Wembley Arena. London has been instrumental in the development of punk music, with figures like the Sex Pistols, The Clash, and fashion designer Vivienne Westwood all based in the city. Other notable artists include George Michael, Kate Bush, Seal, Susie and the Banshees, Bush, the Spice Girls, Jamiroquai, Blur, The Prodigy, Gorillaz, Mumford & Sons, Coldplay, Dido, Amy Winehouse, Adele, Sam Smith, Ed Sheeran, Leona Lewis, Ellie Goulding, Dua Lipa, and Florence and the Machine. London is also a center for urban music, with genres UK garage, drum and bass, dubstep, and grime evolving from foreign genres. Urban acts include Stormzy, MIA, Jay Sean, and Rita Ora. Recreation. London is the greenest city in Europe, boasting 35,000 acres of public parks, woodlands, and gardens. The largest parks in the central area are 3 of the 8 royal parks: Hyde Park and Kensington Gardens, and Regent's Park. Hyde Park is popular for sports and hosts open-air concerts, while Regent's Park contains London Zoo and Primrose Hill. Other parks include Green Park, St. James's Park, Hampstead Heath, Greenwich Park, Bushy Park, Richmond Park, Hampton Court Park, Kew Gardens, Victoria Park, Battersea Park, and more informal, semi-natural open spaces like Hampstead Heath and Epping Forest. Walking is a popular recreational activity in London, with areas like Wimbledon Common, Epping Forest, Hampton Court Park, Hampstead Heath, Regent's Canal Walk, canals, and disused railway tracks. Access to canals and rivers has improved recently, with the creation of the Thames Path and the Wandle Trail. Other long-distance paths linking green spaces include the Capitol Ring, Green Chain Walk, London Outer Orbital Path, Jubilee Walkway, Lea Valley Walk, and the Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Walk. Sport. London has hosted the Summer Olympics 3 times, making it the first city to host the Modern Games 3 times. The city also hosted the British Empire Games in 1934 and the World Championships in Athletics in 2017. The most popular sport in London is football, with 7 clubs in the Premier League in 2023-24 season. Other professional men's teams include AFC Wimbledon, Barnet, Bromley, Charlton Athletic, Dagenham and Redbridge, Leyton Orient, Millwall, Queen's Park Rangers, and Sutton United. 4 London-based teams are in the Women's Super League. 2 Premiership Rugby Union teams are based in Greater London, while the London Broncos play in the Super League. The city hosts the Wimbledon Tennis Championships, the oldest tennis tournament in the world, and hosts the England cricket team at Lord's and the Oval. In golf, the Wentworth Club and Royal St. George's are popular venues. Other key annual events include the London Marathon and the University Boat Race on the Thames.